I am here again. We're going to go over some more Shadow War Armageddon. And tonight, I'm joined by my brother, Patio Cakes.
That's me. That's me.
I get to be in the driver's seat for once.
Yes! I get to relax and do whatever I want. We see Grendel in chat. Hello, Grendel! How's it going, brother?
All right, and so we're going to be doing the Gore. I'm calling them the Goremongers, but technically it's going to be all the Khorne cultists. So, Khorne Jackals and the Goremongers, the brand new kill team.
Sweet. And then, yeah, if you want me to look up any images so that way I can have like a second presentation screen on standby, I can. Leverage me. I am here for you.
Well, there's not very many images of them. They just came out. Both of them. The Jackals are maybe a year and a half, 2 years old. I think they came out right after 10th edition for 40k, and the Goremongers came out a month ago. The image that I used for the thumbnail literally was published by Games Workshop today.
Oh, wow.
So, our faction, this is easy. We're just going to call it the Gore Chosen. We're calling it the Gore Chosen instead of Goremongers. Copy. And paste.
How's it going, stream?
I'm actually going to give this faction 2 different leaders. It's going to be a unique one. You can only choose one leader, but you'll get to choose either a Jackal leader or a Goremonger leader.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I forgot to ask, are you trying to design a Shadow War Heartbreaker, or are you trying to just add armies to Shadow War to use?
Let's see. So right now I'm just designing these factions to be added into Shadow War, but I'm probably going to end up making, I want to call it Heartbreaker. I'm just going to make my own damn game stealing Shadow War's rules.
We call that a Heartbreaker, you dingus.
I don't call it a Heartbreaker because it's just Necromunda. Shadow War,
or is it Kill Team?
No, Shadow War Armageddon is 100% first edition Necromunda.
Oh, really? I remember people saying that Shadow War was there was that other Heralds of Ruin. I was reading that was Shadow War was Heralds of Ruin's kill team that GW made official.
No.
Without asking for permission.
No.
Okay, we'll carry on. I want to be...
Well, now I got to prove my point. You guys get to see my bazillion files I have everywhere. Is it under fan codexes or is it going to be under... Let's go to fan codexes. Nope.
I can't find the Herald of Ruin kill team. Oh, there it is. Heralds of Ruin, the Warhammer 40,000 skirmish game.
Do they still have a website?
As of April 2021 was their last article they posted.
Fan-made kill team.
Yeah, they were posting. It seems like once every half a year. It seemed like, but it definitely seems like they got less.
I think this is it.
Engagement.
This was the Heralds of Ruin stuff right here.
Yeah, that's the Heralds of Ruin stuff.
So if you look at the, here, we'll just open up.
Grendel is saying that we froze.
I don't see us being froze on my screen, so I don't know if it's...
Yeah, I've got the stream playing in the back on another tab where I'm watching the chat. It looks like it's okay. Maybe try a quick refresh, Grendel.
We might have froze for a quick second, and if I open up too many tabs, I definitely will freeze.
Okay.
So like here's the stats. All right, so Shadow War Armageddon, you're super limited on your team size, and you have specific units. You get a leader, a trooper, a recruit, a specialist, basically, right? Those are the 4 types you get. And I want to say for Tau, it's all the Pathfinders, only Pathfinders. Here you got a Crisis suit, a Stealth suit, a Fire Warrior, a Pathfinder, a Kroot, a Vespid, a regular Fire Warrior, the Kroot Hounds, the Kroot Riders. So you can even have a broadside. Oh, that's gross.
A broadside? That's terrible.
Yeah. Sniper
That's
drones.
too big. Well, I know Heralds of Ruin was talking about adding vehicles because I think Gaslands was getting really popular, and so they were adding vehicles in there. But I don't recall vehicles being a part of Shadow War Armageddon. So what is it about Shadow War Armageddon that you want to, or first edition Necromunda that you want to bring back?
Well, it's just, I think it has a little bit maybe easier to convert. You're limiting yourself to 4 units. You only need to make 4 units. You don't even have to make the special operatives, which are the 3 to 4 units that they can purchase with Prometheum to go use as one-off games. They're kind of like mercenaries in Necromunda.
Okay.
Now, original Kill Team, like 2018, the 2016 Kill Team, which actually came out before Shadow War Armageddon, you could take vehicles.
How big
it was super limited. That it had a limit, and let me see if you could have. I think when you took all the armor, because this is before they changed. This was still using basically like the 7th edition 40k rules, where you didn't have strength and toughness for your vehicles yet, and it had to be a fast attack vehicle. So you couldn't take like a heavy. But if you had a fast attack that was a vehicle, i.e., a Tau Piranha, Imperial Guard, Sentinel, I think no one armor facing could be higher than 10. It's right here. You can see it. Let's see if I can zoom it up. Cannot include any vehicle with a combined armor value established by adding the vehicle's front, side, and rear armor values that are more than 33. So you could have 3 11s. As long as you didn't go more than 33. So like a Tau Piranha, I think was a front armor 11, side armor 10, rear armor 10. You could totally take a Piranha. And this was your build for 2 troops, 1 elite, 1 fast attack. This only maybe was 7 or 8 months. This was out before they put out Shadow War Armageddon. Because Shadow War Armageddon, I'm pretty sure, came out in 2017. As you can see, I have like all of them.
I know I was coming
16, 18, 21, 24.
I know I was coming back from deployment when like Shadow War was like the big cheese. That's what everyone wanted to play, and I was super down for it.
I think technically every like original, like the 3rd edition 40k main rulebook, the 4th edition. This is the 4th edition main rulebook skill team right here. Me and Ray played this version of it way back when we first got into 40k. Ray has this kill team.
Well, don't let me take you too far off topic.
Oh, we're fine.
Okay,
but yeah, Ray has these models. It was one of the first model kits I bought for him after we started playing, because I saw these guys in the codex and the rulebook, and I was like, these guys are freaking sweet. And we even converted up and made a few more guys to add in to it. Eventually,
Ray's type of faction right there.
Eventually, I'll make Ray get back into 40k-ish type stuff. All right, so back to 40K. We need to go to this tab. Nope, not that tab. This tab. So the Blood Herald is going to be our leader for the Goremongers.
I think you are. Yeah, you're on the right tab. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Blood Herald, and then we need to look at the Jackals. The thing is, in this, they don't really give the Jackals any number of pack leader. All right, so he's called the pack leader. Oh yeah, because they're Jackal packs. That makes sense. The troopers are going to be called the regular Goremonger name, the Blood Taker. Is it now? Come on, Blood Taker. And then the new recruits are going to be the Jackals. I keep forgetting to go back.
So what was the what was it that wanted you to do this army next rather than something else? Was it just that it was new?
I'm kind of going back and forth. One Chaos, one Imperium, one Chaos, one Imperium.
Okay.
My next faction is Squats. So like not really Imperium, but kind of Imperium adjacent. What is Grendel talking about there?
So Grendel is getting prepared to restart his Rumble channel.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if this is necessarily part of it, but he says, so I'm working on my world and base plot lines for 2 new players, neither of which who have played before. I asked him what's the process for that, and he says, I'm just making bullet points based on race and class. They'll give me basic background next week, and I'll expand from there. Okay.
Cool. The Skull Claimer is going to be my specialist. You know what's hilarious about this, right?
What's that?
These guys are actually going to play a lot like the Felgor's Ravagers. I noticed both of these kill teams have super close combat oriented and only have pistols. Pistols have a super short range in Shadow War Armageddon.
Yes.
It's 12 inches. And close combat can be brutal though. So
that's what I was going for with mutants. Whereas but I think the average pistol can only shoot 2 cubes. So I mean, it's even less than that. If you count diagonal, you're getting as far as 9 inches out, and then in a straight line, 6 inches out. But the way that I picture mutants battles, you were showing off pictures from the like the kill team, the older kill team books and such, where there's like just really packed in models on vertical terrain and such.
yeah,
that's the way that I view mutants, where it's like everyone's stacked on top of each other. It's like a really crunchy gunfight rather than something like Infinity, where you've got 12 guys on each side spread across 4 feet by 4 feet of board. I mean, even Frostgrave, the boards can be really big.
You know what I was thinking? Next time we do a solo game, like we did last night, we need to do like a life path thing as we do our character creation.
Ooh, okay.
So we already have a reason for our characters knowing each other.
It didn't work out so well last night, considering my guy had amnesia. I really hope that we get to go back to Deathbringer.
I'm sure we can fit it in somewhere.
Yeah. I was talking about it with the guys today, and I re-looked at the Drive-Through RPG listing, and I don't think it's totally honest about what it is as a product. But I like it so far. I know that you're not super excited by Shadow Dark, but I really ought to send you the free version of the rules and just run you through one shot of that, and then you tell me um, if you would change. So like everything that Deathbringer does as a game, if you swapped out that um, like analogy in Shadow Dark, if you would like that game, because I think you would.
Maybe. All right, nice. So we see everybody has a toughness of 4. We'll leave that. So T4 basically down the board. They got rid of strength as a stat in 10th edition, and that goes off the weapon. I don't know if you noticed that, but strength is 3. You can tell just by the certain weapons they have. Chainblade doesn't add anything to their weapon, to their strength. So strength 3. Boop. Boop. 4 pluses to hit means a ballistic skill of 3. No, I mean 4s. 4s were 4s, right? Gosh dang it! Why can't I think straight? A ballistic skill 3 would have been a 4. A ballistic skill 4 would have been a 3 to hit. Ballistic skill 3 would have been a 4 to hit. Yeah. I don't trust that. I'm gonna have to do something.
So Grendel was saying, while I work their basic plot lines, I'm making the world lore and NPCs to fit naturally. One is already linked to an existing player through one of my plot lines, and it fit naturally by plotline ideas I've had for a while now. The new players just happen to fit well. And that's something that's incredibly fortunate. I don't think a lot of people get to are they don't get to run into that. And I think a lot of the reason why people don't get to play in person is because they get in their own way. And I was just telling Grendel that I really like to see pictures of when he gets to play in person, because of all the people I know on Twitter especially, Jeremy is like one of maybe 5 people I know that play in person, and then Grendel's the other one. Grendel is one of the other 5. I know the basic expert used to play in person. Um, there's a long story about why he doesn't anymore. If I understand correctly, that he doesn't anymore. But there's a long story for that. But anyway, that's kind of beside the point. I see a lot of guys get a lot of time in conventions playing physically with people.
Okay. So ballistic skill 3 is a 4 plus to hit. I was correct. So ballistic skill is going to stay at 3. Strengths are going to stay at 3. Toughness is going to stay at 4. 2 wounds. Yep. Initiative 3. It'll be initiative 3 across the board. Attacks 2. Oh, you know what? I'm not doing here. 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3, 3, 8. I'd prefer to play in person also compared to online, 100%. Where are we at? All right, so we basically got the stat. We need to figure out points. That's what we need to do. This is just figuring out the points. This is like shooting in the dark, right? I kind of look here at the cost of these people that I compare the stats and I go back across. I look at my guys and I'm like, oh yeah, all right. 170 is definitely a little expensive for a guy. Even he does move fast, but he's gonna have a 6-up save. So we come back over here. Somebody that moves fast. All
Yeah.
right, Dark
Okay.
Witches. All right, she probably has a 5-up save. 150 points. I'm gonna go ahead and give him 150 points. 150. And we'll make this guy 145 because he's not as fast. He has to have something better. What does he need better? He's going to have a strength of 4. He's going to have a strength of 4 instead of 3 because this dude is fucking a beast. He's a huge giant model. Look up, if you want, Pat, go ahead and look up a Jackal pack leader.
Jackal pack leader.
You might want to put Khorne Jackal.
Okay.
Because this model is massive. Okay.
So, that is going to be this handsome feller right here, I imagine. All right, let me go back into, and I'm going to share screen, window, this one, go. So that's this guy right here.
No, that's not the Packmaster.
Oh, Pack Master.
That one right there. This guy right here.
Which one?
The one right below the one you picked.
This guy.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. I'll click him. Yeah, dude's jacked. I wish there was a side by side. I wonder if I.
There is. It was the top right quarter.
Oh, accept cookies. Damn you, GW. Damn you. Okay.
Yeah, look, he's right there in the middle.
Yeah, there you go. So these guys, like this guy on the right, he's probably about an inch tall, maybe.
They're 28 millimeter bases. So
yeah. He's somewhere between like 7/8 of an inch to an inch tall. This guy's probably an inch and a quarter.
Yeah, he's more about the size like of a Goliath, where the other guys are probably closer. Oh, you have the one guys, the corpse grinder cult.
Yes.
All right, so that would be like your large corpse grinder cult guys.
And then these guys would be the
and
smaller
the other guys
ones.
would be like the Juves.
The Juves. Juves are the juvies, the juveniles, the ones that are making their way up the gang. Yeah, these guys are especially scrawny back here.
Those are girls.
These girls,
they have boobies.
Deserve to have their butts kicked for joining a war that they don't belong in. All right, let me catch up on some chat here.
There's literally almost half this warband is female.
I was actually in chat. We got Guy Friendly. We got JP Got Rockets. Hello, everybody.
Nice. We got a lot of people here.
Armageddon is here. Dude, you guys should have seen, like, Jeremy and I used to have so much fucking fun playing all of these skirmish games, dude.
Funny enough, we're actually, so the campaign we're going to run isn't going to be set on the world of Armageddon. We're moving away from Armageddon, and we're going to throw ourselves into the Jericho's Reach. And Jericho's Reach. Yeah, Jericho's Reach is an area of space that was basically written up and published mostly by, gosh, what do you call them? Fantasy Flight Games.
Okay.
For their Death Watch their Death Watch RPG. And so the whole area is primed for a kill team type game. It's this area of space where it's kind of been cut off from the Imperium for a little bit, but then they find this active warp gate that they can use to get back to the Kronos Rift.
Okay.
And so they've sent a fleet through to come and reclaim the area for the Imperium. It's got infestations from Chaos and Orcs and Necrons and Tau, and there's even a Hive Tendril fleet from Tyranids. So basically every faction except for Eldar are kind of there. And the Inquisition has a huge, like, outpost here on a Romulus class star fort where there's like a headquarters of the Death Watch based out of it. So there's a lot of Death Watch there, Inquisitors. There's like 6 Inquisitors, like with names like in the Reach. So it just pretty much fit. And the 2 big chaos. Well, there's 3 big chaos factions there. It's Nurgle, Khorne, and Word Bearers. So with the me doing the Gore Chosen for the Khorne type thing right now, giving us some Khorne cultist, I think it's going to be a pretty good fit. So
I don't. It took me a little while to get what JP was saying, but he said, "What ashore, Armageddon." We love you, JP. JP asked a really good question. Do you want me to find it for you and ask you or read it to you while you do some writing?
Yeah, that's sure. It's
a little bit of a lengthy one, but I
it's
think
okay.
it's right up your alley.
All right, I need to look at the troops. I might actually have a question for JP as soon as we do this troop.
Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that he had this what I like about sail power video. We're gonna have to share that. I think people need to know about that. All right, so let's go to his posts. Okay, so he posted this about an hour ago, and I'll post a link to this. I'll post a link to this in the chat, so that way you guys can go help JP answer his question. But he goes, all right, so again, this is a little bit of a lengthy one. I'm going to try to read through it as fast as I can, try to keep up. All right. I love Citadel models. The lore is engaging. While the price is an issue, the worst thing about 40K is the rules. Your mileage may vary, and I welcome your opinion. However, I found the 40K rules have become more clunky and bloated with every new iteration. 3rd through 5th were the most streamlined and easiest to use. I'm curious about what your opinion on that is.
3rd through 5th were the easiest to use?
Yes.
So if you started playing in 3rd edition, right, and you learn the game basically through 3rd, 4th, 5th, even 6th and 7th, it's the same game. They added new things, like little things, mostly cleaned up some stuff. I want to say 6th or maybe it was 7th where they switched. It was no longer, you didn't have to use the chart that I was just showing off, this little chart right here, where like your ballistic skill.
Because I remember oh shit, you know what? Maybe I learned in 6th. I think 6th was the 1st edition. Okay.
The ballistic skill thing used to be like this, where your ballistic skill was low, you'd have to roll high. Right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It wasn't until after Age of Sigmar came out, and that would have been 2013 or 2014, where Games Workshop's like, hey, we're just going to have it dumbed down, and you're always going to be a 4+ to hit. Instead of my weapon skill's 3, your weapon skill's a 5, what do I need to roll to hit? Oh, I need to roll a 4+. Which, this was really easy if you knew it, if you remembered it, it's just double +1. So if my weapon skill's 3, for me to have to roll a 5 to hit you, double 6 + 1, 5. I don't know why that was so hard for people to. I still try to teach this to people here because this is still the same chart that Warhammer, the old world uses. Right?
But Old War is sold to guys like you. But let me keep reading. A few basic principles, very few gotcha rules, no stratagems to interrupt gameplay. And that's one of the things that I want to talk about more. Maybe we need to have JP come on one of our shows here, because I really want to talk about this post that he's got. 6th and 7th were bloated messes right from the go, with lots of almost rules. Seriously, did you need a rending rule for close combat and a shredding rule for ranged combat, even though it's the same rule? There are also many instances of built-in micromanagement in a game that was supposed to be epic. Little e, and sweeping in scope. 8th through 10th had promise, but couldn't stay on diet and grew bloated, fecund. I love that word. Interesting, uninteresting mess of exceptions. Micromanagement works well in a skirmish game with only a handful of models on each size. It does not work well in a game that operates on a company level. Anything more than move, shoot, charge with 1 or 2 special rules for your team will burden the players in that size of a game. The term miniatures agnostic has become popular over the last few years due to efforts from Tabletop Minions and others. The thing that most players don't realize is that there never used to be a one-stop shop where you got rules and miniatures from the same company. Historicals were the epitome of miniature agnostic in that everyone played what worked for their group. Oh, excuse me.
It got the call, guys.
Yeah, Kitty was calling me. I told her I was going to be streaming. Historicals were the epitome of miniatures agnostic in that everyone played what worked for their group, whether it was published rule set or something bodged together by one of their friends. Miniatures would be either lead figures from specialty manufacturers, say like Minifigs, Essex, Hinchcliffe, or later Ralpartha and Grenadier. Or they would be plastic 1/72th scale from Airfix, Italari, Revell, Eschi, or Matchbox. There were even 40mm figures from the Elastilin and Marks, as well as the 132, 132nd, or 54mm ubiquitous plastic toy soldiers from various manufacturers. Gamers would often find what worked for them. Nowadays, we are spoiled for choice with many wonderful plastic figures in the popular 28mm size. Everything from ancients to sci-fi super soldiers. While some are manufactured and shipped in fancy packaging, there are also a cornucopia of 3D printing options. With so many choices and figures while covering the same subjects, not Space Marines, trademark, while slavishly blind ourselves to only one flawed rule set. And while there are options to cover any genre you'd like, why put up with the rules that leave you unsatisfied? If you find a hole in a rule set that makes it difficult to enjoy, why do you still play that game? Have you ever considered writing your own rules or revising older editions and jamming together all the best parts, like a Heartbreaker? Which is kind of what you're tackling right now.
I mean,
But not
actually,
a
me and
Heartbreaker.
JP we're talking about Shadow War just a couple days ago, because JP just bought Shadow War Armageddon, like a starter box somewhere. He found a sealed Shadow War Armageddon starter box, and he
Nice.
purchased it. And it was right before Uncle Adam put out his video about Shadow War Armageddon,
Did
which is
Uncle Adam put out
hilarious.
a new video?
He put out one maybe a week after I started talking about Shadow War Armageddon with my gaming group here. And so, like, his video came out back at the exact same time, the same day I was playing Shadow War Armageddon.
That's awesome.
And like, I was a ton of attention just came on Shadow War Armageddon at like the same time.
Do you think that just in general people are yearning for older editions because they're tired of being
I
pulled?
think it might be a little bit to do with it gets tiring. A 3-year changeover cycle for a war game is just too fast. I want to say 4th edition 40K probably came out in 2003 or 2004, maybe 5. And it was the edition all the way up until 2008-9. So it was like a 5-year cycle. Like, I want to say almost every single army got a brand new codex, and not in 1 year time frame. It took you could be waiting almost. I want to say Orcs was the last codex to come out for 4th edition, and it came out like a month or two before 5th edition. So like they were basically their 4th edition codex was written to be used in 5th edition because they knew the edition change was going to be happening.
I think that's probably one of the hardest parts is
Yeah.
as a game designer. So like me right now, we're talking about releasing not necessarily a Mutant 2nd edition, but a second publishing that includes some of the stuff that people really want to see in Mutants, like an index, a suggested model repository is one of the things that I got, and then solo play was one of the things that I got for Mutants. So it's hard for me to want to say, hey, go buy Mutants because I'm going to go release a second edition or a second publishing here soon. Nothing's going to change in the core rules. But yeah, just like as a publisher, as somebody who knows what I want to see, I mean, it's a little bit weird for me to try to sell something for the game as it is, or even sell the game as it is, knowing that as soon as I can get my shit together, I'm gonna release it again. So I really, I don't know. It's pay what you want. If you like it, buy it. Jeremy and Ray and I worked hard on it. And Savage and Brewski was one of the editors for the first edition. Sonicus Maximus, and Nap and Gingers. But yeah, gets a little weird thinking about another printing.
So these guys are all going to be armed with flak armor and combat blade, and then you have to purchase their special.
So JP is saying 3-year changeover is horrible, especially considering the hobby aspect.
Oh yeah, no, it is terrible. Terrible.
And then he says he is a bit unhappy that they dropped a new edition of Horus Heresy. There is a lot of play possibility left in 2.0.
Yeah, but Horus Heresy actually it's over 5 years, I think, since they came out with the 2.0 rules.
JP says Horus Heresy was the 40K for the old guys. I really didn't think that they would squeeze the cynical old grognards.
I mean, you only have to play it if you want to.
And it might be, and I could be way off base here, but it might also be that 40K is seeing the resurgence and like old school play, with a lot of people going back. I mean, and it could be just the circles that I run in, but a lot of people are talking about like DCC and Shadow Dark, which is built off of really old school theory. That perhaps GW says, yeah, going back to Old World or to Horus Heresy, people want the old stuff because they think old stuff is the new stuff. Maybe perhaps I could be way off base there.
I swore freezing a frame was here, but I don't see it.
Which one are you looking for?
I'm trying to freeze a frame.
Freeze a frame. Oh, okay. That's for Excel. I don't know shit about Excel. I have not touched Excel spreadsheets since I was in high school. Talk about edition wars.
So now I can scroll and my names stay. And I can see them. Oh. Hilarious. There we go. That's what I needed.
JP says his cat is doing big mischief. Oh, his cat is doing a mischief. So probably testing physics again, as he does. So when you're doing this this kind of new update, this new third party version of Shadow War / Old Necromunda, what is it that you're focused primarily on achieving with this? Is it using those rules because new Necromunda doesn't scratch your itch the way that Shadow War does?
There's new Necromunda adds some things that I don't really like. So let me open it up real quick.
I've got the the books from the starter set that I bought here somewhere.
Oh, what did I do?
Oh, there it is. So this is the most recent edition, the most recent book of Necromunda that I've got.
That's not the newest one.
Yeah, this one is as old as the Corpse Grinder Cults. So I don't know what else they can add to this, because I know that this book was supposed to be them collating the newest Necromunda with like 3 or 4 of the expansions, like elevation rules were added in this. More campaign options were added in this book. So I don't know what newer books are supposed to be adding.
The special rules are fine, right? All that stuff that getting added in, that's good stuff. I'll show you what is annoying. Right here. Why do I have these extra freaking skills in my stat block? And I think they did it just because they wanted to be annoying.
Do you think it's to add more role-playing type elements to the game?
Where is 78? Maybe? God dang it. Why did the 3 stay? 78.
Oh, vehicle characteristics.
Right here. No, that's not it. So, if you compare a Shadow War Armageddon stat block across to the new Necromunda stat block, again, they dumbed down the rule of the weapon skill bullet skill. Thank God they left strength and toughness in, but they dumbed it down, and like instead of being a 2+ weapon skill, 3+ ballistic skill kind of thing where you had to go and compare my weapon skill versus your weapon skill for close combat.
Yeah.
They just made it weapon skill 4+, period. So, so your close combat is super dumbed down now, and having a way better fighter weapon skill like 4+ versus a fighter with a weapon skill 3+ or 2+ isn't nearly as cool as it used to be. Ballistic skill, I think SP in the ballistic skill 4+, that doesn't really change. That to be honest, that is the one change between like the old stat block of 40k to the new stat block of 40k. I don't mind, because sometimes it was confusing that a ballistic skill 3+ needed a 4 to hit on a D6, right? Because I obviously had to look it up today because I was getting confused for a second, right? Leaving the strength and toughness the same, that's cool. Wounds being low, that's nice. The initiative stayed basically the same. Attacks the same. Then they went to here's your leadership, and like leadership, these whole stats here changed. Like I don't even know what these other things do, the CI, the WII, and the int. Because when I went to do my practice game with a person, they said we're just gonna ignore those for now until you learn the basics. And I'm like, I basically know the basics from playing 40k for years and years and years. This stat block is not new to me. This junk over here, this is the new stuff. I don't want to know what this is. And then if you're just gonna ignore a essential part of your profile, is it that important to the game?
Yeah. Yeah, the games that leave out, like I remember when we were, like they always encourage you when you're playing War Machine Mark II. They always encouraged you to say, allow pre-measuring the first couple of games so that way they can get used to it. And it's like, well, all that really did was train people to get used to pre-measuring. And I think that could have been bad for.
So CL is cool, and it's the fighter's cool characteristic represents their capacity to keeping calm under fire. Maybe that's a role you get to do to see if you don't get pinned if you get shot at. Because remember, in Shadow War Armageddon, if somebody hits you, even if you make your armor save and you're not wounded, you're pinned. So maybe the cool factor, maybe that lets you not become pinned. I don't know. I'd have to find in the rulebook what, but that's the only thing. With a little blurb here, the fighter's cool character represents the capacity to keep calm under fire. That makes sense to me. That's kind of cool. If that's really what it is, and I didn't get to use that rule in the game, I'd be a little upset. Willpower is a measure of the fighter's mental fortitude and resilience against the horrors of Necromunda. I think there's things that can scare you in Necromunda. Like there's like this. They
Yeah,
got
but
that
why
little
not use cool? Like, why would cool not be the
be
same
both.
exact? Yeah.
Yeah. Intelligence. This represents a fighter's mental acuity and ability to apply knowledge. I I don't know what this is going to be in reference to. Like maybe there's skill checks you have to do, like at terminals and stuff, to be able to use them. Maybe that's why they are, because there are missions where you have to go up to terminals and do stuff. So
That stuff is included in here. Leadership, cool, willpower,
yeah,
and intelligence.
all that stuff's been in the game since the 2017 launch of Necromunda. To not see that stuff, I think you'd have to go back to the original Necromunda, which I do have.
I think it's one of those things that blends more of the role playing aspect. I was talking to Tora, who I was able to play in a one session of Shadow Dark with. And I had a blast. We were using the BLG's Shucked Oyster stuff, but we were talking about just playing role playing games versus playing war games. And there's something about role playing games where my characters can do stuff in a role playing game that you would only be able to do in like specific scenarios in a war game. Say for instance, like a lot of the Company of Iron scenarios that were written for No Quarter, they included actions, like actions that your models can do over the course of that scenario that you could only do during that scenario, like setting fire to stuff. Versus Malifaux. Malifaux did this really cool because they had the schemes and strategies where your characters were like planting evidence or specifically offering a patsy, and by offering the patsy you can gain points. Those asymmetric kind of off the wall scenarios to earn points, is that something that you think that you're going to be doing in your Shadow War game?
I'm not sure. Dude, I can't find the original Necromunda. I thought it was in here.
That's the original Necromunda book.
No,
Well,
that's
that's the
that is the 2018
that's the
Necromunda book.
2018. I guess. Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. I was not thinking that far back.
I wonder if it's in a different spot. It's not there. I swear I have it somewhere. It's an old black and white cover. It's literally this what do you call it? Hive City Spire on the cover of it. I downloaded it way back when Games Workshop put all their specialty games out for download.
Original Necromunda. Necronumba. Necromunda. rules. Necromunda original rulebook, 1995.
That sounds about right.
I don't know if I can download it. It looks like it got taken off. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, if I have to download it again, I can. I don't want to do it right now. Yeah, I can see. I think the cool rule kind of might be something that is interesting, and that might be something I would want to revisit down the road. I'd want to read more into it.
There, can you see it? It's obviously a scan. But I love
Hold
the
on,
trade dressing already.
I gotta pull you across again. Why is it not letting me move you across? There
Maybe
it
I
did.
have something turned off. Oh my gosh, skip ad. Okay, there we go. I mean, this is what it used to look like, folks.
Yeah, you
It's
just need to
more
find
off.
the stat block. The stat block is what matters.
Templates. What else you need? Characteristics, right there. I
Yeah,
don't
see?
see cool.
Yep. See, it just ended after the leadership.
And
It's
this
pretty
is,
sure it did.
I mean, this is the stat block that we had in 40K for
Except for the
years.
movement. They added movement. This is the only
Oh,
thing that's different. But if you look, the movement is basically the same here. In 40K, everything basically moves 6 inches. In Shadow War Armageddon and Necromunda, because it's a smaller board, technically, they didn't want you guys to move as fast. So 4 inches is your normal movement. Some people move faster. So I will find my. I do have a version of it. It says somewhere. I don't know where. Oh
JP
no! Don't
says,
close.
oh,
Damn it!
me?
I closed it. No, I closed a book. It's gonna freeze the computer for a second.
JP says, I have the Necromunda 2.0 rulebook, which was the one that was on the website, if he recalls correctly. I think the interior was pretty much the same, some cleanup from 1.0.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is true. The difference between 1.0 to 2.0, there was because technically the 2017 rulebook would be third edition Necromunda, and then they've done a new core book every 2 to 3 years since Necromunda came back out in 2017 because I basically have them all. Because they got the 2017, I have it, and then you have the next one, which would be the one with the Goremongers and the the police people, the
Yes.
enforcers. And
Yeah.
then after that, they did another core rulebook, which I can't remember what it looked like, the box, but I have that box. And then after that box, they did the vehicles, the Outland stuff, and that core rulebook didn't add any new profiles. You had to have the previous books. All it did was add vehicles
Yeah, that's just
and the
not a
Outland
big
rules.
deal.
And then they did another one just recently, which is where they added this fires, which are like them tech assassin people. They're like highborns. They go down into the Necromunda to go assassinate people to steal technology from them. Infants move to 6. I think he means infantry.
Infants are so fast.
uh, anyways, I'll get back to our Shadow War mod here. We just need to go through equipment basically. Yes, they'll have frag grenades. Yes, they'll have crack grenades. No, they won't have smoke grenades. That's something I added specifically for the police people. They won't have all these rounds, but they will have a round. We'll leave. Don't no, knock it off.
Stop it.
Stop it! Stop it! Delete both of those rows.
Dude, I think I might get the Magic Keyboard for my iPad. I like
Yeah.
working on my iPad more than I like working on my laptop. My laptop just seems to be like
Oh, what's that?
that I use to stream.
What's that you say that you decided that MacBooks suck?
I don't think Macs suck. I just think that my particular Mac might be a little pillow fisted when it comes to what I need to be able to do.
I don't think we need they don't need photo visors, red dot sights, or telescopic sights. That's definitely not stuff they have. And they don't need assault shields or manacles because there's not, again, not things they have. So clip harness and weapon reload will stay in. I'll add in their uh, close combat weapons. All right, so first we can just do the chain blade. Chain sword, really. Uh, then they also have a chain glaive, which is kind of cool. Chain glaive. Oop, I missed an eye in glaive. Man, you're supposed to be my editor right now.
Ah, I can't. What are you working on? I can't tell.
Do a lot of a great chain axe. That sounds awesome.
That sounds sweet. JP is saying, Spryers and their rich kids slumming in the low levels ways. My Cal Jericho hangs out with the Escher girls, much to the chagrin of Mad Donna Olanti.
I have Cal Jericho too. He's a really cool model.
Do you have
Let
the?
me.
Did he get updated, or do you have the old one?
No, I have the new one. He did get updated.
Nice. JP says, I've got a few Cawdor, but another gang of Deloc and a no-name bounty hunter. I really like the Cawdor model.
Here's Cal Jericho. Jellico.
Oh, you got him painted too.
No, he's just primed.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay. I thought you might have given him like the old.
Here's the generic bounty hunter that JP's talking about.
Nice. Yeah, dude, all of the Necromunda models. Like, I really like the Cawdor. I thought the Cawdor would be really cool for mutants because none of them are wearing like like the Palanite enforcers are wearing armor. The Cawdor guys are like hodgepodging. Yeah, exactly. That the Necromunda boxes are kill me because I don't want them, but they're so cool.
This is technically Rays. I'm supposed to convert these guys into
mutants models.
No. Well, I guess you could probably use them in mutants, but they will be very mutated because they're going to be the circus. What are they called? The Circus of Pain, the Circus of something from Mordheim.
Oh, okay.
So I pulled them out yesterday because I found the Nurgle bits, and I told Ray I need his list again so I know how to build them because he gave me that list like 6 freaking years ago.
You remember the Rakdos from Magic the Gathering?
No, I can't say I do.
They were like the Circus of Pain at Magic the Gathering. They were from the fuck, what was the name of the big city plane? The Guilds of Ravnica. They were from the Guilds of Ravnica set. But I know that you weren't like the biggest MTG player.
I wasn't, and I want to say that's probably around the same time I quit was Ravnica.
The first Ravnica or the Return?
Return to Ravnica.
Because it was funny.
I started after Ravnica and stopped right around the. Technically, I stopped in Innistrad, the first time they went to Innistrad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I figured I was wasting so much fucking money on Magic, it was ridiculous. Dude, I was paying. If anybody knows me, they know I'm like this obsessive compulsive person, and somebody taught me about player sets. And so 4 was the max card number you could have of any card, right?
Yeah.
And so when a set came out, I was bound and determined to get player sets of every card in the set.
Oh my god.
I bought 6 freaking boxes of
A booster?
no, the full box. Yeah, of the
Yeah.
boosters. They were
The booster box.
$110 a box.
Yeah, that sounds
I
about
bought
right.
like 6 of those for Innistrad, trying to get stupid Liliana, right?
Of the veil.
Yeah. And guess how many I got?
None.
0. I bought 1 pack for my freaking roommate for Christmas, and guess what he got?
Liliana of the Veil.
2.
Oh my god, that reminds me of being in high school. In high school, I pulled some really good stuff.
He got a Liliana of the Veil as a regular freaking gold card, right? The rare I had red. It was like right because the red
Mythic
was
rare.
mythic
Yeah.
rare, and then he had a foil.
Oh,
His foil was freaking Liliana.
yeah.
I was
But
so pissed
dude,
off.
buying booster packs of Magic for people, I mean, it could be like giving them lottery tickets, dude. Because that's what I did when. So I remember collecting when I was in elementary school, and I collected on up till about like sixth grade, and I could be misremembering, but I feel like I remember Ravnica because I have some old, like the first venture into Ravnica cards. But I also remember, what was the Celtic set that Richard Witters worked a lot on? I can't remember. Um,
I don't know.
because there was like Shards of Alara,
Shards of
and
Alara is where I started.
but before Shards was, there's a couple of other different sets, but I can't remember. It's not, fuck, it's not Mirrodin. It's very Celtic inspired. Maybe Proxstream remembers.
So
But yeah, I kind of got out of it around that time. But when I got back into it, it was at the return of Ravnica. So it was interesting because I remember leaving at Ravnica, and then when I got back into it at like way after high school. Yeah, well, yeah. So I got out of it in I got out of it in like before middle school at Ravnica. Then I got back into it in high school, um, around like the end of Shards, going into Phyrexia and Mirrodin again, and then Zendikar, and then I got back out of it, and then I got back into it at the Return to Ravnica. So I got a bunch of weird stuff.
can you look up the Goremongers for me real quick?
Yes, Goremongers. What am I looking at?
A question about a weapon.
Okay, Goremongers. What?
Just Khorne Goremongers would probably be fine.
Khorne Goremongers. All. What am I looking for specifically though?
I just a photo of the full 8-man team.
Okay.
There's a weapon here. I see this weapon, Blood Harpoon. It's a range weapon. I don't know what that weapon is. I need to see the kit because I don't own these models yet. They are on back order. They sold out the opening the day they got released.
I don't know if they've got the blood harpoon in the picture though.
Are you sharing it yet? No, you're not.
I'm not sharing it. I see the glaive. I see 2 glaives. I see a knife. I don't see a harpoon. Was there then there hasn't been another box?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so then I need to find another picture then.
It's funny because here on the kill team here, it doesn't even talk about it, unless I'm missing it.
Khorne Goremongers. You just call it the blood harpoon?
It under the codex it's called a blood harpoon. Yeah.
Blood harpoon.
Ooh, it could be this guy. The sketch. Oh yeah, this totally this guy. All right, Goremonger Impaler. All right, pull up the picture.
Okay, I'm
I,
gonna go
I,
back into Rumble Studio and share my window.
I can figure it out from there.
Where the fuck did it go? Share. And then I need to go to here.
All right. So the flesh. Oh no, those are the jackals.
Oh shoot. Where did I have it? I had it. You know what? I put it in. I bet you it's in my. I know what I did. I shared the wrong window.
The worst.
Yep. Okay, now I'm there. Is it this guy right here?
So it's gonna be. Can you zoom out a little bit?
These are the guys, though, right?
Yeah. That guy right there at the top corner. Yep, that guy. Oh.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I thought it was an auto gun, but I see this is a chain barrel right here,
Yeah.
and then that's the harpoon prongs, and then it looks like he's got a reload back here.
I think I'm gonna make that a. They're not gonna have.
Does it explain these legs? Is that why they're so fast that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, they got these additional robot legs. Like they cut the people off like mid leg. They melted on these disintegrated robot legs.
Why this guy's helmet looks like a? I mean, yeah, I guess it kind of looks like
It's
a
supposed to
Khorne.
look like a blood
Yeah,
letter.
yeah, it looks like a blood letter. I don't know. I guess maybe it's probably because I'm just not as familiar with it as you guys are, but I was definitely like, why does it look like a Eldari helmet? Let's see here. So, JP says Darby O'Gill and the Paddy's Peeps. Frogstream says I had much heartbreak in sealed tournaments, opening packs, recording what was inside, and then having to pass the deck to other players to use. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, doing booster drafts was rough. JP says, no, Pat. Mitts, the other chainsword and pistol maniacs without shirts. How could you ever get them confused?
So here's an interesting question. How do I translate a harpoon gun into Shadow War Armageddon? Am I gonna allow them to drag the opponent's model closer if they
Yes.
hit?
Yes. I think push, drag in place, something that forces new positioning, makes skirmish game. I think it makes all games just more interesting to play, because I mean, how many times have you played like Old World where it's just slogs of battle lines stuck in place with each other, and the only other thing that fixes that is morale.
Maybe I should leave these guys with smoke grenades to give them cover to get to combat. I think I am going to do that. Adding in smoke grenades again. Smoke grenades. Kappa. What I in a perfect world, I'd be actually like, converting these to be usable in Dead Zone. Yeah, I think yeah, JP got it. The user won't be able to move while using that harpoon. Like if you shoot it, you can't. It's gonna be like a heavy, so cannot move before shooting this round, kind of thing.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Yeah, the other chainsword and no, there's a third chainsword and pistol maniac with the flesh eater court. That's hilarious. They're all Khorne. They're all Khorne lovers too. I'm gonna get the flesh eater court next. All right, clip harness. We need to go to Shadow War Armageddon and look at the equipment list to see if there's any equipment we need that I don't have. We passed it. They don't want clip on camo gear. They're not going to be able to buy carapace armor. Okay. They don't need hotshot las power packs. So that's good. Nothing there. Nope. 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 Nothing there. I can't remember what page the equipment all on. Tell you what, if somebody had a way better scan of this book, I would love to get it, because this scan is the worst. Page 52 is the armory. $69 is the special equipment. 69. It's not cowardly to make it to combat. I always thought it was strange that there was so little smoke grenades inside of Warhammer. Yeah, there's no other real equipment we need to add.
Do you think the lack of stole it from you? Do you think the lack of smoke grenades comes from just everybody having optics? You know, like when all of the Space Marine, the Tau, the Eldar, I mean, even the Leagues of Votan are running around with augmented space helmets. Like, just think that
Possibly.
that heat vision, night vision.
But you'd still so if I was Imperium, right, and I had all these optics available to me, but my enemies such as the orcs, they don't have that. Why would I not want that?
It just seems like an extra rule to take care of. Is like, oh well, everybody with a helmet has optics because why would we not give optics?
And who says that our optics see through it?
Good point.
I do need to look at the smoke grenade rules again from Necromunda, because they have smoke grenades in Necromunda. That's where I stole them from.
Oh, you want me to look up the rule in Necromunda?
No, I just need to do it eventually when I add it to my additional rules.
I like smoke grenades in Dead Zone.
Yeah, they do have good rules in Dead Zone, and they go away. Like, there's a chance of going away.
Well, they also help my Veerman make it up the board. For those who don't know, Jeremy and I had the most. We've had you and I have had some of the coolest wargame campaigns ever, and it's the kind of stuff that I live for in wargames. But there was this one that we did, and I've shared the pictures before. Like, if you've been following us for long enough, you've probably seen the pictures that I took of Jeremy and I. We did a Dead Zone campaign where it was my Veerman versus his mercs, and there was like a bunch of the zombies. They weren't the Dead Zone zombies, but they're pretty dang close. And my rats were just trying to get off of the asteroid.
They were cyber zombies.
Yeah, the space station had been taken over by cyber zombies. And the very first game, my weakest little rat came sprinting out of a smoke bomb, hopped over a wall and slit the throat of one of Jeremy's most expensive, biggest models. First game of the campaign, and I was like, I can't fucking believe that happened. And Jeremy's like, I can't fucking believe that happened, Patrick.
Oh, look at this. In Kill Team, they give them stun grenades. So maybe I changed out the smoke grenade for stun grenade.
Could be good.
They're JP. They're not hiding in smoke anymore.
What is
They're
the
stunning their enemies so they can't shoot them.
what is the lore behind the Goremongers rather than like just regular Khorne guys though?
They're just Khorne cultists, dude.
Yeah, the Goremongers are rabid cultists who have seen the glory of Khorne demons and have lived to tell the tale. When they go to battle, they wield a wide variety of weapons, from great double-handed chain axes to bloodletting knives, harpoons, and auto pistols, arms to better let the blood flow.
And so if you ever look at a bloodletter, right?
Yeah.
Bloodletters have the disintegrated legs, so they've cut their legs off to try to make themselves look more like bloodletters.
Well, that and the masks that they're wearing on the lower part of their face with the horns coming off of it. That like all of them have these backpacks with the spikes on them too.
Stun grenade is going to need to be more expensive than a smoke grenade, so they're going to jump up to 25 points because of reasons. And I went through the other equipment, and the only thing they really needed was a clip harness.
A box of these 8 guys is $130.
No,
That's what I'm looking at right now, dude.
they're $60. You're looking at Australia, I bet. They're $62.50. I just ordered them, so I know.
Why are they $130? Where would it have assumed that I was from Australia? I see. I got it.
Was I right?
Yes, you were correct.
Yeah, it sucks to be Australian.
Well, hold up. Kill Team Goremongers, $65. Notify when available. If I went to Australian, or that was New Zealand. New Zealand, they're available. They're available in New Zealand. Pays to be a Kiwi, I guess. Maybe we can get.
Yeah, if you want to spend $100 more than America.
New Zealand is more expensive than Australia by $20.
Okay.
Yeah, even JP. That's Australia prices.
Need to get the weapon costs again.
Dude, Wingnut was in our stream on Thursday, and I totally forgot to read all of his chats in Australian.
Oh, I forgot he was Australian. I should have remembered that when he asked about our RPG.
Yeah, I should have. That is some. I failed the parlor peeps.
Oh wait, hold on. Do I have my crack grenades priced wrong?
That's such a cool piece of art of a Space Marine
I
Scout.
do. My crack grenades are priced wrong.
Do you need a hard copy of Shadow War Armageddon?
I have 3.
Oh, okay, so you don't. I was gonna say Strategy in Games has them.
Oh, is it the one that has like all the kill teams in it though?
It's the full rule book, the one that was not in the box.
I might have you pick it up for me. I only have the ones that don't have the. Because I swear to God that Adeptus Arbites were like in Shadow War Armageddon, I thought. But if they were, I don't have. Why is a crack grenade more expensive than a melt-a-bomb? Explain that to me, JP.
Probably because the odds of you needing a melt-a-bomb are really low in comparison to a crack grenade. So like you're gonna pay the points for the melt-a-bomb and probably never use it.
So the thing at the melt-a-bomb is I think you have to actually be like base to base to use it. Whereas the grenade you can throw. I don't think you can throw the melt-a-bomb. It's too big and unwieldy. Although a Space Marine should be able to throw it. Am I frozen? Oh no, we're not frozen.
No, you're not.
I was worried we were frozen for a second. Okay, so chain swords. Chain swords are 25 points. Good. Chain glaive. Let's jump that up to 30 points. 35 points. 10 points more. It's gonna give you +2 strength, so it's worth it. Oh, hold on. Is that actually worth it? Does that make sense? Maybe it needs to stay at 30 points, because a great chain axe could be 35 points. 30 points. I think Chaos has chain axes in its stats, so I need to go to open. I need to open another tab. Let's close something. No, we are good. We closed everything. Did we? My computer seems to be yelling at me right now for some reason.
Is it? Oh, yep, you froze. All right, I'm in control now. What are we sharing, buddy? What do you want?
Can you still hear me?
Yep, I can still hear you. It's kind of doing what it did the other day, where your screen just goes black randomly, but I can still hear you.
Yeah, that's because my the computer starts screaming at me, and that means I think it's getting too overworked. I didn't even have any extra tabs open yet.
You might need to make sure that your coolant fan is cleaned out. So you're not like cooking. You're just cooking your motherboard.
I might need to. It is getting old. Maybe I do need to like take the side off and make sure my fans are working and there's not too much dust inside there.
Yeah, dude, I know it gets hot in this room. Like I have this thing that just keeps the Mac like off of the desk so more airflow can get underneath it. I know that helps us sometimes. Like I really ought to have the window open. As a matter of fact, I think I might open it right now.
Too bad there's not a Games Workshop store close to you.
There is. There's one in Spokane.
Well, you should go to the Games Workshop store in Spokane the first weekend of every month and start getting the free monthly model.
Oh, my cat is yelling. Can you hear that?
No. Oh, now I can.
All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, he's gonna leave me as everything's frozen, guys. See how nice he is? Hopefully stop sharing because you guys aren't looking at anything right now. I am still live streaming. I hope.
Sorry, I had to go get this nerd. Yeah, that was really funny because it showed you were logged out of Rumble Studio, but it was still showing like everything that was in there.
Yeah, it did that to me last week too. I don't know why it only seems to do it when I'm doing the stream, but when I'm in it with other people, it doesn't do it.
Geez, big boy. I think it's gonna rain tonight, so it's a good thing that you came in. You were gonna be one wet cat.
Oh, that's not. Ugh. And of all places I went, it's not even the place I needed to be.
Poe's not usually allowed in my office because he is the biggest troublemaker. And he cries incessantly.
Oh, yeah, he sounds like he's upset.
Yes. Okay, he wants out. I think he misses his boys.
When do they get back?
Wednesday.
Oh, that's not too far off.
I know. It's like forever for me, though.
Am I back on screen?
You've been back on screen, but you're not sharing anything.
That's because I closed the share because I didn't know what you guys would be seeing, and I didn't want to accidentally share something I shouldn't.
Ha ha ha! You bad boy. As far as my game design goes, I've got the soldier class, the engineer class, the medic class done. I'm working on the miner, the space miner, the ones that aren't allowed to drink yet. Are you wearing your Wargod shirt again?
No, we're working on Khorne.
Khorne around the world.
You know what? This is kind of cool, right? Really? You're gonna do this to me now?
What? It's not working?
It won't let me share screen. There we
Refresh.
go. Sometimes I don't want to open up a tab, right?
Yeah.
Ugh. Is it gonna share it?
It's not going to share it. You got to refresh. You got to let me take control.
No,
There it
went.
is. We got
So
it.
sometimes what I'll do is I get previews over here on the side. It doesn't take up as much memory, I think, to do this preview. So I'll just drag it across. And then it's basically I have the PDF open.
You got to close all of your processes, man. You got to hit that Control Alt Delete. JP says in Shadow War Armageddon, frags are 25, crack are 40, and meltabums are 30. Meltabum.
Yes. Yes, we already talked about this, remember?
Oh, okay. I must have
All
missed
right.
it.
Chaos Space Marines. Do they have... They don't. They have assault blades, a chain sword, a power sword, and a power fist. Interesting. So nobody technically has... Oh, now it opened. That's freaking hilarious. No one technically has anything like a chain axe. A chain axe is going to give you at least 1 strength. All right, so if chain axe gives me +1 strength, a chain glade gives me +2 strength, the chain axe will be 30 points and the chain glade will be 35. And then the mangler is just going to be the sword. So it'll be 15. Manglers are 15 points.
Jeremy, it's not fair that you got to keep that much hair. I just realized that like I had like this big old bald glare. Ugh.
All right, now the special thing is this: the flesh skewer, our javelin shooting, killing thingy-mabobber. We got to find
The
kind of an
blood
analog
harpoon?
to it. Yeah, the harpoon. I'm calling it a flesh skewer. I use the name from the kill team instead of the name from the codex.
I like it.
I thought flesh skewer sounded cooler than blood harpoon. I don't think it's melt a gun cost, but I think it's probably, yeah, it's in line with a flamer. You're only gonna hit one dude with it, but you got to pull that dude straight up into you. Whereas a flamer would hit multiple people. So we will go ahead and leave it as 40 points. And I think that, all right, so we, our skills, we got to do our skills still. I got to change a little bit up here on our equipment list, not too much.
So
No
do you
psychic
have
abilities.
the main body of the rules written out yet, or are you just relying on being able to
So for the
copy?
campaign,
Yeah.
we're just going to use the Shadow War Armageddon rules.
Okay.
As I convert the rules to my own one-page ruleified Shadow War game.
Oh, you are trying to one page rulify it. Are you like specifically one page, or just saying that you're going to make it yours?
Make it like ours,
Okay.
but it will be a little bit more simplified, kind of like one page rules is, I think. Um, but some aspects I might make it a little bit more complicated. I might add in a few more trooper types, so like 2 to 3 different troopers per faction. Kind of like we gave them 2 options for leaders here. And Might take out some special rules, but add more special rules in. Obviously, I have to rename some special rules. Where did my... Oh, here it is. I was like, where did my water go?
Water? I didn't know you drink water.
I'm dehydrated. The house has been really hot lately. Laura's even more dehydrated because she sits up in her little room and freaking bakes. So I gotta remember to steal these stun grenades. Let's go ahead and just copy paste this real quick. And then I'll Shadow Warify it later. Is it not gonna let me copy it? There it is.
Can you not hit, what is it, Control C?
Sometimes you can.
Copy right there. Yes, yeah.
Paste. I probably should have pasted special. I'm gonna have to undo and then redo. Undo. Paste special. Value only. Huh. That's interesting. Oh. Hold on. Undo again. Scroll back across. Value only. There we go. Stun grenade. I don't know if you noticed, but I posted the Arbites on YouTube this morning.
I have to go back and like just start binge watching all of your YouTube stuff, dude. So I try so hard. I try so hard to keep up with like yours, Brewski's, JP's.
Wow, we could have just went down further into this PDF and it would have showed us the Impaler.
Oh, hey, look at that! A really cool picture, nonetheless. I like that one with the red metal instead of the silver. Kind of cool.
Where, this one?
Top right, yeah.
The Inciter.
JP says.
Yeah, so
drags. Oh, what's that?
Go ahead.
Oh, he says harpoon drags D6s per turn. Model may attempt a save each turn. A successful save releases the harpoon from the model, but the model is immobilized until its next activation.
I can't copy paste.
I gotcha. Where do you want me to put it? In Discord? I see you got Discord open.
Chat's unfortunately. Oh, it worked. It allowed me to do it after my computer unfroze.
Nice. This is what my cat does. Poe, not Lady. Lady's pretty chill, but Poe will come inside, scream, drink water, and then scream so he can go back outside.
He wants somebody to give him attention. And then he said the grenade prices are from the Inquisition list. And yes, I just realized that I did take all the grenade prices from the Inquisitional list because I was playing the Inquisition, so that's who I had open originally when I was doing my first stream. I liked it, JP. I stole it. So I give JP credit for this rule for my flesh skewer.
I like it. I love that. Oh, man, I forgot that I can't chat and whatchamacallit.
Hey, no problem, Proxstream. You have a great night.
There you go. Night, buddy.
We're almost done here, too.
Yeah, I got to clean up dinner.
There's the great chain axe right there. Yeah, but it's a great chain axe. I'm going 40 points on that great chain axe. And if I find out it's too expensive, I'll fix it later. I think the great chain axe looks like it should be way more than these glaives. And that's another thing I'll probably change with Shadow War Armageddon. The fact that your troops only come with a combat knife and you have to pay for everything else is rough. My first game, I didn't realize that all my dudes only had knives. I'm like, oh, I didn't buy any weapons for my acolytes. They all suck. They just have knives. They're only strength 3, toughness 3, with the weapon
Yeah,
skill
dude.
3.
I don't. There's some things that I just think is like, okay,
Fighting
well,
plague marines that are toughness 5.
right, where it's like plague marines aren't going anywhere without a bolter, right? And you think about like the cultists, like, yeah, the cultists probably don't have a bolter, and if they do have a bolter, they have a bolter for like their entire group. Um, but they're not going to go anywhere without certain equipment. JP says that he'd make the Great Chain Axe equivalent to the Eviscerator.
I think only Sisters of Battle have access to that, so I have to look at it. Paste values only. This is going to be their special rule for the faction. I'll have to. Again, these faction rule kind of things, they have to be more Shadow War. I haven't got to that yet. And then our special operatives, and I'll come back and fix their stats later because their stats are definitely going to be wrong. But it's going to obviously be a Khorne Berserker. A Chaos Terminator. And our final one is going to be these duders. The 8-bound.
Oh, those guys are cool. How many points are on the Khorne star? Is it 8?
Yeah, 8. 8's the number of Khorne.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Right. No, I remember. Well, I remember it if I'm like required to think about it, but not if I needed to come up with it off the top of my head. No.
So that is, I think that's that, guys. We got our special operatives done. We got all of our main guys done. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'll come back to it though. I got to do these. I got to do the skills. Strength plus 3 D3 damage minus 3 armor modifier. What's the point cost on it though, JP? Am I right? Is it 40 points? Well, we know the leader's going to have combat ferocity, muscle. 1, 2. That's 3. Well, I'll have everything except for shooting. That Khorne doesn't care about shooting.
No, he does not.
Especially when all you guys just have bolt pistols. Not even bolt pistols, auto pistols. It's hilarious. Like for first and second edition, I think auto pistols was like a pretty common weapon. And then third, fourth, and fifth, there's like no auto pistols. Like they went away. There wasn't a thing like anybody had. All the Imperial Guards went over to Laz, right? And then starting, I think, in sixth edition, right around the time they reintroduced the Gene Slayer Colts, sixth, maybe seventh edition, auto pistols came back. And now, like, so many people have auto pistols now.
Grendel says, okay, I just made 4 quick taverns for a city the players may go to. I needed them just in case they had to use knowledge local. Are you still using Pathfinder First Edition, Grendel? Bet you the answer is yes. I remember when Grendel was, like, when I first met Grendel, I looked everywhere for my Pathfinder First Edition.
And you forgot you gave it to me.
And I gave it to you.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the only thing that was close to 3.5 I kept was the Dungeon Master's Guide, and I don't know why. I have no idea why I kept that book.
All right. Well, we're 10 minutes over. I did get the skills done. The skills are done. I gave both leaders the same skill set. The only thing separating the leaders basically is that the pack leader is stronger than the Blood Herald. So maybe the Blood Herald should have one more attack. Um, yeah, that looks fine. No price on the Viscera page 117. Oh, you got to go to. I can do that real quick before we stop. It's under. It's going to be under the Sisters of Battle. The Adeptus Soriatis, which are right here. It's going to be in there. It's going to be in their equipment list. Did I lie? Oh, you know what? I didn't lie. They're not going to have a weapon cost because you know who gets it?
The specialists.
The specialist. A Repenta. So the only one that gets it is a Repenta. I'm cool with it being 40 points. All right, here's a well. Here, we'll just look at something. Power swords. They have power swords here. Power swords are basically ignoring your weapon, your invul save, also, right? A power maul or a power sword is 50 points. I don't think they give you as much strength. Oh God, Viscera might need to be more expensive, right? Because I think the power sword and power maul only give you like +1 strength and -3 AP. Well, I'll leave it at 40 for now. And if I find out that it's too strong, I can always change it.
True.
Yeah, CJP says he'd cost it closer to 75 or 80. All right, I'm gonna jump it to 60. I'm gonna do a happy medium. 60, 65.
I mean, and this is kind of stuff that we can eventually play test and make sure it is appropriately costed.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Everything in here is all got to be play tested because it's 100% me just jumping in and throwing numbers down where I think they should look. Like you saw how I did you saw how I did the cost. I
Yeah.
came up with there's no. I tried to figure out cost. All right, so I did try to figure out cost. Right, I went to, and that's what this sheet is right here. I went through Necromunda version and the Gene Circle version and the 40k version of each of these things, and I kind of compared them, right?
Yeah.
And then put the stats next to each other, and then as I did it, I was like, "There's no rhyme or reason to how they did these. It doesn't make any goddamn sense." So I couldn't figure out a super simple formula to take a stat block from 10th edition 40k and convert it into a stat block for Shadow War Armageddon.
Your vibe coding.
So it was, yeah, I'm just going to do it the same way I did Dead Zone. When I do Dead Zone, I pick a number and see if it works. Because that's what they do with Dead Zone. There's no formula. They pick a number and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, they change it.
You know, I think they have a baseline. If a weapon does X amount of damage and has like armor piercing rounds, they'll pick a number. No.
Nope. There's absolutely no formula for Dead Zone. When I was in the rules committee, that's the first thing I asked. I was like, "So what? How do we figure out points for these things?" Like, and they're like, "Nope, we just go with what feels right."
Hmm. I don't know, man. I think we've played enough games now on whether it's on your channel or my channel that I think that's kind of where you start, and then you design space it down.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with Dark Between Stars. I think one of the more interesting things about writing for Shadow Dark is writing the random level up effects, because I didn't play a lot of games that had that.
Oh yeah, we don't need ammunition. I didn't find any ammunition. Pistols, no basic weapons. No ammunition. So, what are our plans for Thursday? Oh, we have Todd going to be on, and we're going to be drawing the map, right?
Yes. That is correct.
It should be fun. I need this line to come here.
My freaking plus does not work.
Goal claimer. Copy. Paste. Pistols, no special weapons, no heavy weapons, no ammunition, no grenades. And paste. All right, there is no heavy weapons, there's no ammunition. I think that's that. This can go away for now. All right, guys. I think we finished up with the basics. The basics of our third Shadow War force are done. So we have now done the Felgor's Ravagers, the Adaptus Arbites, and the Gore Chosen. Next week, we will not be doing another force for Shadow War. We're going to be bringing a special event to you. We are going to be playing Rangers of Shadow Deep with at least Bjorn, Patty, and myself running Rangers, and a scenario designed by myself.
Nice. Yeah, I hope we can get Ray. Thank you for joining us, JP, Grendel. We had Proc Stream. Guy Friendly was in here for a little while. You guys rocking.
We had Michael too for a little bit, didn't we?
Did we have Michael?
I thought I saw Michael. Am I crazy?
Man, if I miss Michael, I'm going to go commit emotional harakiri because I love Michael.
It wasn't Michael. Never mind.
No, I don't see him in there. He did repost the stream on X, though.
Yeah.
So for that, we thank him.
It was last night that Michael was in.
Sweet. Well, guys, I appreciate you all. I'm sure Jeremy does.
Tell this bum to change shirts once a weekend. My gosh.
This is my favorite shirt. So this is the shirt that I put on as like the moment that I get home. So it only ever gets worn for like 2 hours at a time. And so yeah, I don't see the need in changing it all the time.
Sweet. All right. Y'all have a great night. See you all Thursday on Patty's channel as we talk about space RPGs.
Yes.
And why Traveler will always be the best one.
What?
Sorry, Todd.
Goodbye.
Great. Have a great night, everyone. Ending the stream. It's gonna make me refresh, isn't it? Yep,
Yes,
I have to refresh.
Dude, if he fucking like his computer probably stopped working, and so like here I am, just kind of vamping time, speaking out into the void because everybody's already gone to sleep, and I've just got to wait here until his computer catches up. So it's been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun. There he is. All right. Good night, everybody.